Hi Year 5, I hope you're doing all right. I thought it would be useful to do a little video about Edmodo and some of the other things that we're using. Now that you've got yourself settled, you've got yourself logged on, just to talk you through some of the main features that we'll be using. Now you'll have to be patient with me a little bit because what you see as a student is not the same as what I see as a teacher. And I've created a full student account so that I can talk you through what it looks like, but I'm not as familiar with it as I am with a teacher view. Okay, so bear with me. So you should be able to see my monitor, currently showing a picture of a kingfisher that my son took that I'm really fond of. And I'm just going to talk you through some of the main parts. All right, so first of all, here's me logging on, pretending I'm a child. And this is your main first screen. And the first thing I wanted to show you, obviously you've got the posts, and normally what happens is, these are all in the order in which they've been posted. However, that's not particularly useful sometimes. Sometimes you might want to see them differently. And here you can see the little Year 5 logo. And if I go on that, the posts reorganize themselves so that my pinned post, which is almost always going to be the work for the week, will be at the top, and therefore it's easier to find. All right, so that's where I'm always going to tell you this is what we've got for this week. And you can click on them all and you can read that down and you can see it and you can like it. Look, some lovely people have liked my post, which is really nice. It's just encouraging for me. I appreciate it. All right, that's nice to see as well. And then you'll get in the order that they were posted all the other things. So that's our main class page. All right, it says your 5th grade because it's an American thing, and 5th grade is the equivalent of Year 6, Year 5. Okay, now then, if I go back again to this page, you can't see the folders where I'll be storing a lot of the files. To get to those, you have to go on the Year 5 page, and then over here, look, you can see all sorts of things. You can see all the children that are part of the class. You can see the teachers, and there's the 3 of us all signed up. And then folders is really important. So normally what I'll do is I'll put a folder with that week's date on. I haven't done one for this week because I don't think you need it. Or at least Mrs. Jones hasn't sent me those math sheets yet. So if she does, I'll put those up as well. We can click on that and we can see all of those last week's folders. And you can just double click on them. And there you are. So I will also sometimes put instructions in there or links to videos in there, or all sorts of things can go in. And when you want to go up, you can just click on the folders icon, go back to folders, and that will take you up one level. All right, so back to posts. And I want to talk to you about the assignments thing. You can see here, this is saying you've got lots of assignments. Now, I don't want you to be anxious about this. Like, oh, I've got so many assignments. It's just a way to help you see what you've got to do. And I don't mind if you message me or if you post on the class page saying, I've done my maths, I've done this, this and this. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to submit an assignment. It's quite useful for you to see what you've got to do. Now, the easiest way is to go on and see this little planner. I click on that planner icon. It takes me to this week. And you'll see on this week that you've got 3 things due: Read Theory, your Prodigy, and your Rock Stars. And I can click on one of those and it will tell me exactly what it is I've got to do. And obviously it's set on the Friday, to come in on the Friday, and so that's where it's showing. I'm not going to submit it just yet. I just wanted to show you you can also have a month view. Because, for example, sometimes I'll be setting you things that might take 2 or even a 3-week project, because we will do things that are not just English and maths. So this is a really good way for you to see what you've got to work on. So let's imagine that I've done my Prodigy, and I as a child want to let my teacher know that, so I can click on Turn It In, and that takes me to my Prodigy assignment. Now we want some evidence there, but in fact with Prodigy, I can see what you've done. So what you might do, so you could attach a file direct from your computer. You could attach a photo, which is easiest to do through a phone, or you can attach from the backpack. Now I want to show you the backpack, which is just here. So that's just a way for you to have a folder. It's like your own folder on Edmodo, and you can upload things like Word documents and Excel documents and so on, or photos to that to sit there until you're ready to actually submit it or to send it to me. Don't have to use it, but it's quite good. And what you would do, you just click on New, and you'd upload a file, or you can create folders within it and organise it how you like. Or you could put in a link to something you wanted me to have a look at, like I don't know, a YouTube video or whatever. If you have these, again, you can upload Word, Excel and PowerPoint documents. All right, so that's all there for you. I hope I'm not going through it too fast, but obviously you can pause this and come back to it. So now I want to go back to class, and I want to show you messages. Now the way it's set up at the moment, you can only send messages to me. Okay, but if you want to send me a message, just click on that and then type down there, "You're the best," which obviously is what you want to say, and click send, and then I will receive that. Okay. You can also, if you want to, send me files. So if you wanted to, so it's down here, if you wanted to send some work that you've done, you can just attach a file to the messages instead of through the assignment. It doesn't make any difference to me which you do. I'm absolutely fine. I could just show you that. If I look at this, show you this. This is a picture of who is doing what, and I'm keeping track of it however you send it to me. So it's good to know who's working hard, and some of you are working really hard. I'm ever so pleased. All right. So I had a little list. I've shown you folders, I've shown you assignments, I've shown you messages, I've shown you the backpack, and I've shown you the planner. I think that was everything I wanted to show you then about Edmodo. So remember, if you go on home, you're not within your class, and you won't be able to see folders, and you won't see my pin post at the top. To do those, which are really important for you, you're going to go on your class, and there you are, there's the pin post, and there's the folders. That's the most important piece I wanted to show you. You can access your backpack from there as well, and you can see all your lovely assignments down there. Now this week I'm talking to you about doing Read Theory, Times Table Rockstars and Prodigy. We will do things in future weeks that are not based on those, but I think at the moment I just want you to get into the swing of doing those. And if you think about it, I've asked you to do half an hour of Prodigy and half an hour of Read Theory every day. Well, that's half an hour of maths and half an hour of English. And in school, you've had an hour of each. So it might sound like a lot, but I don't think it actually is. And then 10 to 15 minutes of the rock stars. And the reason I would say do those every day, particularly the rock stars, is that really builds your skills by doing it regularly every day. And I want you to get back into that, because I cannot tell you how important times tables are in year 6. Oh my goodness me. If you know them, that's fine. If you don't know them, it will be a struggle. So let's use this time to really make it good. I wanted to show you, if I go on this account, this is what I can see with your Read Theory. So I get all sorts of information that I can see about how many knowledge points you've earned. Excuse me. I can see about progress you've made. I can see about how complicated your vocabulary is. So that's really nice. I can look at a particular student if I want to. Same really on Prodigy. I can see, look here, I'm going to refresh this because I bet he's done more since then. Tom, you're blowing me away, being fantastic. So here we are, I can see Tom's done most, and that's a combination of how many questions you've done and how many you've got right. Reggie's doing great, and Nick's not far behind. Gemma Callum looking lovely. All right, so I can see that. But I can also, I can go in and look at the actual questions that you've done. All right, so if you're struggling with something, that's really helpful, because that's another picture that my son took of a spider's web. if you're really struggling, I can go and look at the exact questions that you've done and see your answers compared to the correct answers. It's ever such a powerful tool. So it can tell me what the class is good at, what they're not so good at, and what an individual is good at and not so good at. So I really hope you enjoyed playing that. That's everything I think I wanted to say. I'm really